Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Let's recite Surah Al-Fatihah. Okay, let's start our lesson today. Okay, Al-Aslu fi Jami'il Uqud Al-Adlu. Aslu tu maksudnya apa? The fundamental, pada asalnya. In Malay we call asal. Pada hakikatnya Al-Aslu fi Jami'il Uqud, di dalam Jami'il Uqud. Jami' from the word jamak, maksudnya semua or every. Jami' jamak lah, jamak tu plural, banyak. Fi Jami'il Uqud. Uqud tu from the word qad, contract. So the fundamental, the requirement, not requirement lah biasanya. Al-aslu fi jami'il uqud al-adlu, maksudnya pada asalnya, pada hakikatnya, di semua akad ni, sepatutnya, maksudnya bila kata sepatutnya, that is why dia kata the requirement, requirement is required for all akad al-adlu, justice. Okay, al-aslu fi jami'il uqud al-adlu. Okay, pada hakikatnya, siapa yang membuatkan akad tu tak jadi become injustice? Manusia. Okay, but basically all contract should be conducted to perform the justice. Okay. Okay, the keywords here al-aslu dengan al-adlu. Aslu the fundamental, al-adlu. Okay. Aslu means a comprehensive rule or principle, in fundamental. Okay, al-adlu is to act justly. So justice means putting something in the right place. Semua yang Allah jadikan ni ada fitrah je, ada fitrahnya. So we should put all matters according to the fitrah. So the fitrah here, kalau dalam akad tu fitrahnya justice. Okay. Justice is the basic objective of Islam. Yalah. Okay. You cannot deny that. Okay. So and then people can be just in normal circumstances. But so this is very subjective, because of people. Allah give us akal. So sometimes we do not use our akal in a right way, in a proper way, so that it becomes unjust for certain action. Okay, so that is why, however, in dealing with closest one or enemy, or when we deal with our family, or because we have maybe other intention, so people might be blinded by the feeling, so they cannot act justly. They act unjust lah. So Islam emphasize Muslim must be just in all situations for the sake of Allah. So ni maksudnya, if I can give you example, like dalam exam hall. So let's say this lecturer, the lecturer and this student, a son of one lecturer, and then these students being cheating lah in the exam. So the father, lecturer as a father, saw his sons cheated in the exams. So because of the relationship, because of his son, so he just buat tak tahu je. Okay, do not report the cheating actions done by his sons to the university, something like that lah. Maksudnya because of other things, because of the closest one, the family, and then people might be blinded, okay, by the feelings. Sama jugalah if let's say between the staff and the boss, even staff nampak dah boss do something wrong. So because of the relationship between employer and employee, boss and the staff do not report the wrong actions, okay, did by the boss. So actually a human or people, the one that is nama dia act unjust. Okay. But in principles, all the things, all the actions, all the contract that happen must be just to all parties. Okay, it is advised by the Islam, but people make it unjust. Okay, because of what? Because of the many factors lah. Because of our weak of iman, because of syaitans always always influence us, because of we have ada hidden agenda, we have other intentions. Okay, so in Surah An-Nisa verse 135, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ya ayyuhallazina amanu kunu qawwamina bil qisti syuhada lillah walau ala anfusikum awil walidaini wal aqrabin in yakun ghaniyan aw faqiran fallahu awla bihima fala tattabi'ul hawa an ta'dilu wa in talhu aw tu'ridu fa innallaha kana bima ta'maluna khabira. So wahai orang yang beriman, be the witnesses of justice for Allah's sake, even though it may be against your own self or your parents or near relative, if rich or poor. Allah dah tahu dah, even though it might be against your own self. So kita ada conflicts with this. These are the factors that will influence us to be unjust. So if rich or poor, darjat keturunan, itu pun akan jadi factor for us to act unjust, kan? So macam bila YB nak datang to visit our area, our village ke kan, biasanya what people will do, akan kompang, ada celebration ke, they do really enough preparations, nak salute bagai kan, nak respect sangat because of rich people coming to the village, coming to the area. But how about if poor people come? Nothing. They do nothing. They do not welcome the poor people. They just welcome rich people. Because of, that's also the factors to become unjust. Basically all people regardless of their level, rich ke, poor ke, YB ke, non-YB ke, they have to be treated justly. Okay, Allah dah stated dah dalam Al-Quran. So Allah is nearer to them both, therefore do not follow your vain desires to be just. And if you bend your tongues, if you change the truth and turn aside from the truth or justice, then surely Allah is well acquainted with what you do. Bila tiba-tiba ubah pula disebabkan yang buat kes ni anak menteri, son of the minister for example. So the judge change the decisions because of the political influence, because of the level semua tu. So surely Allah akan kira semua tu. So memang it happens. It happens even though Allah have given these verses a long time ago during the prophet times, but now it still happen this one. So I believe this ayah, all the Quranic verses becomes the advice to us, a reminder to us, because Allah have reminded in the verses. And Surah An-Nahlu verse 90, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Inna Allah ya'muru bil adli wal ihsan wa ita'i zil qurba wa yanha 'anil fahsya wal munkar wal baghi ya'izukum la'allakum tazakkarun. Verily Allah orders, nampak ni, ya'muru, bukan may, should, orders justice and good conduct and giving to relative, and he forbids immorality and bad conduct and oppression. He admonishes you that perhaps you will be reminded. So inna Allah ya'muru bil adli. The word ya'muru here is very strong word. Allah asks us, orders us, like macam kat dalam askar, when the boss, apa namanya, general, they order, they biasanya askar kan orders kan, memang kena. Kalau we do not do it, we will be punished. Okay, this the orders from Allah to be justice. So kalau kita, if we do not conduct the justice, for sure we will be punished. Okay, be justice. We do not, please do not look other people, please look at ourselves, whether we have conduct justice to our own self. Okay, macam mana kita nak conduct justice, supaya kita, untuk diri kita, supaya kita tak masuk dalam neraka. So we perform all the ibadah that Allah asks us to do. Solat wajib lima waktu. If we do not miss even one waktu, one prayer, so we actually conduct injustice to ourselves. So the punishments will be the hellfire. Okay, because Allah orders, inna Allah ya'muru bil adli wal ihsan. Ihsan ni bukan adli saja, wal ihsan, buat benda yang baik, good conduct, and giving to relative, wa ita izil qurba. Okay, good conduct and giving to relative, so family members. Okay, and wa yanha anil fahsya, and he forbids, yanha, forbids, naha, kalau kata jangan buat, jangan buat. So if we still do it, for sure there will be punishment for that action. Okay, then surah Al-Ma'idah verse 8, ya ayyuhallazina amanu kunu qawwamina lillahi syuhada'a bil qist wa la yajrimannakum syana'anu qaumin ala alla ta'dilu dilu huwa aqrabu littaqwa wattaqullah innallaha khabirum bima ta'malun. Wahai orang yang beriman, oh you who believe. Okay, bila kita, when we read wahai orang yang beriman, who believe, we ask ourselves whether we are really have become a strong believer. So if we still half macam okay, just baca, when we read Al-Quran, ya ayyuhallazina amanu, is it we feel the verse, adakah betul kita orang yang beriman, then this verses is meant for us? Okay, ask ourselves, betul tak kita percaya ni? Bila kita baca, masuk tak dalam hati? Percaya betul-betul tak? Tersentak tak? Tersentak kan? Maksudnya we become shocked when we read the verse. If we feel nothing, please questions our iman. Please straighten our iman. Be persistently standing firm for Allah. Standing firm for Allah as witnesses in justice, and do not let the hatred of a people prevent you from being just. Be just, for that is nearer to righteousness. Fear Allah, for verily Allah is aware of what you do. Okay, takut tak baca? What do you feel when you read this verse? Is it you feel nothing? You feel something? Okay, I hope that we can feel all the Quranic verses, okay, especially when we learn this. Okay, and this verse is really meant for us, not for others. It's meant for the believer. If we feel that, if we think that we are believer, please make this verse as a reminder, strong reminder to us when the situation comes for us to decide whether we witness, okay, we can tell the truth or not. Please standing firm for Allah as witness, meaning that please tell the truth. Please do not inflict that. Please do not affected by other factors, by people, by money, by a job, okay, by other things, by exam result ke. Okay, please standing firm. Be persistently standing firm for Allah. Okay, reminder for us. Next one. In the hadith, Abu Dhar reported the messenger of Allah, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said, Anillahi tabaraka wa ta'ala annahu qala ya ibadi inni haramtu zulma ala nafsi wa ja'altuhu bainakum muharraman fala tazalamu. Allah the Exalted said, O my servants, I have forbidden oppressions for myself and have made it forbidden among you. So do not oppress one another. Ini daripada Rasulullah remind. Rasulullah tak buat macam tu. Please do not buat. Janganlah, please do not do it lah. I do not do it. Please do not do it. And then haram tu zulma ala nafsi. Saya haramkan kezaliman ke atas diri saya. So meaning that kalau we perform unjust, we actually zalim, unjust to our nafsi lah. Nafsi tu ourselves. So Rasulullah tak ada berlaku zalim ke atas diri sendiri. So sayangi diri sendiri. Please do not perform zulma. Okay. And then Jabir bin Abdullah reported, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam qala ittaqu zulma fa inna zulma zulumatun yaumal qiyamah wattaqu syuha fa inna syuha ahlaka man kana qablakum hamalahum ala safaku dima'ahum wastahallu maharimahum. Guard yourself from oppressions, for oppressions will be darkness on the day of resurrections. Guard yourself from greed, for greed destroyed those before you. It caused them to shed blood and to make lawful what was unlawful. Okay, this is the pesanan Rasulullah. Okay, please jaga diri, guard yourself from oppression. What is oppression? Zalim kan. Pertama sekali kita jaga diri kita supaya kita tak zalim kepada diri sendiri. Sebab Rasulullah tak menzalimi diri sendiri. So banyak cara yang kita buat yang akan menzalimi diri sendiri without our realize. Kita tak perasan pun bila kita tinggal solat is actually we oppress to ourselves. So Allah bagi kita nyawa, Allah bagi kita the physical things for us to take care of it, so that when we are called back to return to him, we return with fitrah, we return with a complete manner, complete, not only physical complete but spiritual complete. Maksudnya Allah bagi kita bersih. Allah kita lahir, we born in this world clean, very clean, suci. Then Allah ask us trust us to become a Muslim, a good Muslim, to become a strong believer, so that when we return to him, we return with a completeness, with a clean, the same one when we first born in this world. So when we do something that is opposite to the religions, we do not perform solat, for example, because it is compulsory for us as a Muslim, is actually we oppress to ourselves, we commit oppressions. So for oppressions will be darkness on the day of resurrections, gelap. Masuk kubur terus gelap. Sebab we do not return to him in a manner that he wants. Okay, Allah tak reda nak terima kita dalam keadaan yang macam tu, so dirty. So that is why darkness, tak nampak jalannya, cahaya pun tak nampak. Okay, that is why bila masuk dalam kubur pun sempit, semua tak reda. Allah and the world do not accept our return. Okay, so guard yourself from greed, jangan tamak. For greed destroyed those before you. It caused them to shed blood and to make lawful what was unlawful. So examples in this Maxim, in the Islamic finance, daily activities dululah. Okay, so buy and sell contract Islamic finance juga. Ataupun kalau macam ni daily activities ni buy and sell contract lah. Sama juga macam we deal with this one buy and sell contract in normal daily activities, like we this one for seller sell some things, so that subject matter must be good enough to be so. Okay, so the subject matter, kalau he puts this price, that price must reflect the conditions of the subject matter. Dia tak boleh put the standard price and then the subject matter is broken and the subject matter is macam unfair to the buyer. Okay, so please be fair when we sell or we buy. When we sell and buy anything, okay, from from other people lah. Okay, buy and sell contract. And then zakat and wealth distribution. So to commit a just in whatever wealth that we receive, actually wealth coming from Allah. So that is why when we are wealthy, meaning that we have reached the level of wealth from the Islamic perspective, which is counted as apa nama dia, nisab okay, the nisab level, to be just to whatever that we receive from our God, from Allah. So we are asked to do the zakat, and zakat is one of the pillar of Islam. So pillars, as a Muslim, we have to perform all the pillars. Okay, zakat is, the level of zakat is similar with prayer. Sama. Sebab it's pillars of Islam, kan? Kita tak boleh nak asingkan, kita tak nampak sangat tu zakat tu as one of the pillar. That is why certain people bayar zakat and certain people tak bayar zakat. Sebab dia rasa zakat tu macam derma biasa je. No. Zakat is one of the pillars. It is wajib, mandatory for the Muslim. When we reach the certain nisab lah. Kalau if we do not reach the certain nisab, tak apa. But when we reach it, it is compulsory for us to pay zakat, to be just, not just for the society. Zakat is not only for the society, zakat is for ourselves actually. Okay, kalau kita tak bayar zakat, we become unjust to ourselves. Di kemudian hari, we will be asked, why you do not pay zakat? Kan? So we pay zakat is actually for the sake of ourselves, justice. Okay, and then example in the Islamic finance, through ITAB. Okay, dalam ITAB ni lah, ni specific for ITAB. What is ITAB?
Al-Ijarah Summa Al-Bank.
Al-Ijarah Summa Al-Bank. So which product of Islamic bank, apa nama dia, apply ITAB?
House.
Ni ada.
Property.
Vehicle. Bukan house ya. So ITAB basically is practice in vehicle financing. Kalau house, currently we use tawarruk, previously BBA and musyarakah mutanakisah. Itu for house financing. Senang je. Okay, kalau kontrak ni dalam banking punya market or practice, dia macam okay, certain product untuk this type of financing, certain contract untuk this, certain contract untuk that. Okay, dia tak macam, dia tak apa nama dia, mingle around. Dia tak macam ITAB boleh dalam savings, boleh dalam home financing, boleh dalam vehicle financing. Dia tak macam tu. Kecuali yang sekarang ni practice by most of the bank is tawarruk. Tawarruk tu dia memang fleksibel. Tapi kontrak-kontrak lain, BBA, Baina, ITAB ke musyarakah mutanakisah, basically is practice for certain product. Okay, especially for ITAB, vehicle financing. No, ITAB is practice for home financings. Sebab tak sesuai. Because ITAB is from the contract of ijarah, sewa. Al-ITAB, al-ijarah summa al-bai', sewa, beli. kita sewa dengan bank. Bila kita sewa is suitable for short term rental. So short term rental sesuai untuk financing yang tak banyak sangat. Tak the volume tu tak tinggi sangat. Macam vehicle financing, harga kereta 50,000, 100,000 berbanding dengan harga rumah, the price of the house is 400k, 1 million. So takkanlah macam we have to rent the house for, biasanya kalau harga rumah home financing, dia punya period of financing is 20 years, 30 years. Takkan 30 years, during 30 years we rent the house from the bank. Dia tak sesuai. So rental sesuai, suitable for short term financing. So that is why vehicle financing is maximum period of financing is 9 years. Not more than 9 years. 9 years is maximum. 3 years, 5 years and 9 years. Okay, so that's why ijarah contract is suitable for short-term financing, for low volumes of financing, which is vehicle financing. Okay, for home financing biasanya 20 tahun, 30 tahun. Dan dalam the principle of ijarah ni, the rental contract in Islam, the vehicles or the subject matter is remain with the principal, with the owner. Okay, remain with the owner of the the subject matter lah. Okay, so in ITAB, dah pukul berapa dah sekarang ni? Okay, ada meeting sekejap lagi. Okay, so bila in rentals, because of the subject matter remain with the owner, in ITAB, the owner of the vehicle is basically the bank. The bank is the owner. Okay, so during 9 years ni, kalau anything happens to the vehicles, even kalau nak cakap, even nak pergi service car pun, okay, to have a service, kalau 3 months kena ada service kan, service kereta. So even service pun owner kena tanggung. So it's not suitable lah kan, kesian dekat bank. So that is why the example here is liability of the maintenance cost. So to be fair to all parties, okay, siapa yang menggunakan, whoever that use the manfaat, the benefit of the subject matter or the vehicles, in this case, okay, so it should bear the cost. It should bear the cost of maintenance. Okay, kalau normal rental contract, if anything happens to the house, let's say between house owner and the tenants kan, so if anything happens to the house owner should bear the cost. Kalau macam ada leaking ke kan at the house, so the house owner should bear the cost. Okay, it's normal rental. But in ITAB, this is rental contracts that is practiced in financing products. Dia bukan normal rental. So in financing products, so the owner of the car remain with the bank. Okay, and whatever maintenance, whatever cost to maintain the car will be borne by the customer. This is to be fair to the bank and to the customer. Okay, sebab siapa yang menggunakan, who utilize the manfaat, so they are the one that should bear the cost. So the maximum is practice here lah. Okay, to be fair, justice, al-adlu in ITAB. So the bank tak perlulah nak bear the cost, sebab bank pun dia punya customer is banyak. They have a lot of customer. But how about if all the customer, all the cost of maintenance of the car, the bank bear. So collapse lah the bank. Okay, second one, investment. Profit sharing. Investment, like say kalau investment, we adopt a mudarabah contract. Investment mudarabah contract. In mudarabah contracts, one party provide the capital and the other party provide the effort. Kan? Kalau investment, kalau dekat bank, investment product, so who bring money? The customer. Who make investment activities, who conduct the investment activities is the bank. Okay, so profit sharing lah. So profit is shared, and then loss will be borne by the capital provider. Memanglah sebabnya they are the one that supply the capital, kan? But to be fair, if the loss of the investment because of the bank act, so the bank should bear the cost. It is to be fair to the customer. Okay, so profit sharing sebab dua-dua contribute. One contribute money and the other one make investment using their expertise. Okay, so okay lah, profit sharing. Kalau investment contract based on musyarakah, whereby musyarakah is both partners, all parties contribute the capital. So that is why profit and loss is shared for musyarakah, because of the loss happen will reflect the capital that they invested. So the capital invested by all parties. So that is why profit and loss sharing. Okay. Okay, and then tax system ni I think boleh macam zakat lah, tax system. So the tax system is they have a level of percentage of tax. Kalau income this much, these are percentage 5% or 10%, and ada range of income, and these are the the percentage of tax need to be paid to the government. To be fair lah, macam maksudnya government dia tak pukul sama rata. Whatever income that you receive, then you have to pay 5% for all, regardless your income is below the level poverty. Okay, so tax system is based on range of incomes. So range ni minus all the liabilities and the expenses. So these are the net income, and then these are the certain rate of tax that you should pay. Okay, so far any question? Okay, so that's all for the Maxim today. Are you clear with the Maxim?
Yes, madam.
Yes, madam.
Yes, madam.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought that it's been long a discussion regarding of the who should bear the cost when it comes to lease contract, right, madam? But so basically, even though it is lease contract and the bank owns the property, then the cost should be bear by the customer.
Okay.
But I thought the discussion is still going on.
Nah, the discussion. Oh, maksudnya ada pihak yang still questions on this.
Yes, madam.
But in the practice in the market, kalau we have a vehicle financing with the bank, and then we send our car to have a monthly service, kan? Siapa bayar? Kita yang bayar, kan? So in practice kita yang bayar. Sebab we utilize the manfaat of the car. Kita yang guna setiap hari the car, not the bank. But if the car we park with the bank, and the staff bank use the car, so they have to pay lah. But now we use the car, so we are obliged. We are responsible to pay all the costs. In case accident happens, okay, and then the car is total loss, who should bear the cost of total loss?
Yes, it's the customer.
Tak ada dah, kan? So the customer, but in this case, the customer ada insurance, ada takaful, so takaful will pay. So that is why usually, that's why takaful or insurance coverage is compulsory to safeguard the customer as well as especially the fund provider, the financier, the bank. Okay, so in insurance protections, the insurance will protect the life of the driver, the owner, and also will protect the vehicle itself. So in case the driver or the bank customer tu yang receive the financings, they die, so who should bear the who should pay the balance of the financing to the bank? Insurance lah. Kalau dia dah meninggal, siapa? Takkan family members. Kan ada death benefit tu. So the coverage maksudnya the balance of financings will be settled by the insurance company. Okay, kalau meninggal. So that one is to be just to the financier, the party that provide the financings for the vehicle. Okay, so kalau kita meninggal, balance of financings tu will be borne by the insurance company, by takaful. Sama juga home financings. Home financings, we basically kalau bank provide us financings to buy a house, so banks will require us to participate or to buy any insurance scheme. In our case, in Islamic banking case, takaful coverage to cover the financings in case anything happen to us. In case of we die or we have a total permanent disability that macam make us we cannot afford to work anymore. So the takaful company will pay the balance of financings to the bank. It is just for the banks to receive the balance of financing even though we are died. Dah meninggal pun siapa lagi nak settle? Previously the family members have to bear the financings kan. Bila ayahnya meninggal, siapa yang nak bayar duit rumah ni? So that is why most of the bank make it compulsory for the customer to seek for protections for the financing that they receive. In case of anything happens to them, so the bank still will receive the money that they give to the customer. Okay, that one is takaful protections. Okay, yes, brother.
But what if usually insurance or takaful they have the limitation of the coverage, right, madam?
The limitation maksudnya apa tu?
I mean like up to 10,000, up to 20,000.
Tak ada. Biasanya dia depends on the total financing of the customer.
Oh, but if
Coverage.
so basically if the balance of payment is still, I mean like maybe a lot, so the insurance will still pay to the bank.
Yes.
Thank you, madam.
So biasanya kalau untuk home financings, dia lump sum je sebenarnya. Dia punya contributions tu. We call mortgage MRTT, mortgage reduced term takaful. So when the customer nak participate into these schemes, at the initial stage ni bila dah dapat je surat approval from the bank, so the customer need to pay lump sum. Like say pay 15,000. So the price is depends on the total financing lah. The total financing it depends on the house price kan. So the takaful company will calculate how much the customer need to pay to have these kinds of protections, financing protections. Biasanya dalam kalau harga rumah 300,000, they have to pay about 12,000 of protections. And kalau customer and then they need to pay lump sum. Okay, bayar sekali je 12,000. Biasanya 12,000 ni akan diabsorb kalau customer tak ada 12,000 cash in hand, so 12,000 will be absorbed by the bank as part of financing. Masukkan sekali dengan financing dengan harga rumah tu. So that if anything happen to them, kalau let's say biasanya rumah 20 tahun financing period, 20 tahun. Kalau tahun yang kelima dia meninggal, okay, balance tu takaful akan bayar. So family member safe lah, selamat, tak perlu bayar dah 1 sen, dapat je rumah. Penting tu. Kalau dulu tak ada. Kalau sekarang ni government pun make it compulsory. Okay, kalau kereta it is not kalau car not compulsory yet. but there are takaful operator that provide this such of coverage lah, coverage yang macam ni. Okay, to pay the balance of financing if anything happen. Tu senario je, die dengan total permanent disability. Sebab total permanent disability is similar with death. Sebab customer tak boleh nak bekerja, bedridden, for example. So dia tak ada incomes, so that they can have a coverage to pay the balance of financings to the bank. So it is fair to the customer, fair to the, especially fair to the bank lah. So bank akan happy because they are safe, will reduce the risk of financings. Okay, ada any other questions? Dah, tak ada soalan lagi dah? No question So if no
No.
questions, Akmal.
No, madam, no question.
No question, ada question. Okay, if no questions, we end our class. Okay.
Madam,
Okay.
nak tanya, untuk legal medicine ni kan contract is justice. Justice dia, macam mana kita nak ukur dia? Maksudnya, kita kan tak tahu kadang-kadang macam mana nak letak tempat tu pada tempat ni justice kan maksud dia. Tapi ada tak macam kayu ukur dia setelah?
Oh, the measure for justice. Measure for justice tu sebab justice tu kan we put the fundamental right. Okay, the fundamental of the contract tu. Kalau contract, kalau let's say ITAP contract ni, so the fundamental of ITAP contract for financings, maksudnya siapa sepatutnya dapat ni, siapa sepatutnya buat ni, the responsibilities, roles and responsibilities of the parties that involved. Let's say kalau dalam financings contract, the customer should pay monthly installment, okay, before the certain date. So they have to fulfill the responsibility. So it depends on the justice here. No very apa nama dia, specific measure for justice, but it depends on the types of contract that is already specified and agreed by the parties in a contract. Kalau they have signed the certain rules and responsibility, the condition in the contract, so all parties need to fulfill whatever that they have agreed so that they actually commit a justice lah. Okay, but maybe in case of you sign the agreement, maybe certain condition is put very small words by the bank kan, kat belakang form tu nampak macam sama-sama dia tulisan ni semua. It's actually the condition for the contracts. So to be just to the customer, the bank kena highlight ataupun kena put in a bigger wordings, but the banks macam selalunya buat it is unjust lah, selalu macam ignore je those part. Basically it apply to the contract, and then the macam syarat-syarat tu dia buat small letters kan, is unjust lah. So to be just is actually maksudnya just lah to all parties, so that tak ada parti yang terasa ataupun apa nama dia, macam rasa tertipu. So the mutual consent pun kena ada. Okay, so but just the thing, whatever that we have agreed in a contract, we have to fulfill our responsibility, we have to follow the contract that we sign with other party. Okay, macam contohnya kalau bank dengan customer, bank dah janji for a certain rate of profit, tapi bila financing dah approve, tiba-tiba bank change the rate, so it unjust lah to the customer. So in that case, the customer tak perlulah nak bersetuju pun, they can request, okay, to be just to all parties. Okay, faham dah? Okay, thank you. So any other question? Okay, so no questions. We end our class.